Hey guys. Sorry, it's my computer just being ridiculous. Anyways, today I'm here to do my Biannual Bibliothon TBR. I decided I'm going to go ahead and take part in this readathon. I really enjoy it. It's pretty cool. But it comes like a week or two before the booktubeathon, which during the booktubeathon that's when my vacation is from work, so check your girl. Because last year I also managed to get my vacation during the booktubeathon as well, which was fantastic. But anyways, not the point. We're talking about the Biannual Bibliothon, which starts on the 14th and goes until the 20th. So that's in just a few days that it starts, and everybody's starting to put their TBRs up. So I was like, I'll go ahead and put up my TBR. So that's what I'm doing today. And the first challenge is to read the group book, which is The Wicked Deep by Aaron Earnshaw, and I actually went ahead and bought it because I don't have it right now. Like, it's coming, but I went ahead and bought it because I couldn't get it at the library. It's checked out, and on Overdrive, I'm like number 2 on the holds, which would make it too late because with the Austin one, like, you can have it checked out for 21 days, so it'll definitely be too late by the time it would get to me. So I was like, I checked the price on Amazon. It was like $12. I was like, well, so I just went ahead and did it. So that's what happened with that. And that's also going to be my book for the challenge, read a book off someone else's TBR, because honestly, I just can't. I've been watching a bunch of TBRs. I just can't find anything that anybody's saying that I want to read, and I figure this is going to be on a lot of people's TBRs anyway, so why not? In this readathon you can double up, so I normally don't, but for this challenge I'm just doing it because I'm just annoyed. The next challenge is to read a book that has been on your TBR for a year. And for that, I'm going to go with The Pirate's Wish by Cassandra Rose Clark. I recently read The Assassin's Curse, which is the first book in this, duology, and I really enjoyed it. And these books have been on my TBR since, 2015, so it's definitely been a year, definitely more, but yeah, so I'm going to read this for that challenge because I really want to read the sequel while the first book is still fresh in my mind, and these are super quick to get through. This book is only 317 pages, and they go by so fast, and the font is pretty big, so it'll be good for a readathon. The next challenge is to read 3 books, read the first chapter of them, and then pick whichever one interests you the most to continue on. For that, I have 3 arcs that I have gotten recently from work. And they're all white covers, which I didn't plan, but it just happened that way. The first is Sadie by Courtney Summers, which is just a YA thriller. And it's if she dies, she takes the truth with her. I don't really know a lot about it. I'm going to kill a man. I'm going to steal the light from his eyes. I want to watch it go out. You aren't supposed to answer violence with more violence, but sometimes I think violence is the only answer. Growing up alone in an isolated small-town life was not easy for 19-year-old Sadie and her younger sister, Maddie, but their bond was impenetrable. When the unthinkable happens and Maddie is found dead, Sadie vows to do whatever it takes to avenge her sister's murder. So that sounds crazy. The next one, I do know about this one. This one's Vox by Christina Dauscher, and this is basically about a world where women only have 100 words to use a day, so they can't speak more than that. And basically it's talking about how mothers are teaching their daughters to be independent and stuff in a world like that. And it just sounds super interesting. So that's one of the other picks. And then it had stuff on it. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, and then the last one is The Cheerleaders by Kara Thomas, which is the author of Little Monsters, which I read a few months ago, and I really enjoyed, and I managed to snag this arc from work the other day. So yeah, that's another option. So those three, I'll read the first chapter of those and then pick whichever one I'm gonna do. I'm not doing that right now. I know some other people have done that for their TBRs, but I'm not doing that right now just because, you know, it's still a few days away and I just don't want to do it yet. So I'll probably do it like whenever I decide I'm going to read one of those, like that I'm in the mood for the thriller, then I'll read those three and then pick them. But you guys just stay tuned for my wrap up and you will get to find out which one it was. Alright. The next one is a predicted 5-star read. For that, I'm going to go with The Invisible Library by Genevieve Cogman. And I'm predicting this is going to be a 5-star read because it's a fantasy. It revolves around books. And my friend Kristen really fucking loves it. She says these books are so damn good. And she has pretty good reading taste. So I'm going to go with that. The next one is to read an Own Voices book that is representation different from your own, and for that I'm going to go with History's All You Left Me by Adam Silvera, which is a book that I wanted to read back in June during Pride Month, but I never ended up having enough time to get around to, but it would be really cool to be able to read it for this readathon. And like I really need to read another Adam Silvera book because I read More Happy Than Not back in like 2015, 2016, somewhere around in there, and it was really, really good. And I just really want to continue on with his work. I have all of his books on Kindle because anytime he tweets out, "Hey, my book is on sale for $1.99," I'm like, I got it. So I have all his books on Kindle, so I just need to read History's All You Left Me, and then I'll read They Both Died at the End at some point. Don't know when, but everybody says that book will break you, so I'm glad that's not the one I'm at yet. But yeah, so History is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. I know it's just going to be really, really great, so I'm excited. And then the last challenge is the last book that you bought, which technically is going to be The Wicked Deep, because I literally just bought it for it to be the group book, but since I'm already doubling up on that with another challenge, I'm just going to go with the one that was before that, which was my pre-order of My Plain Jane by Cynthia Han, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows. I absolutely adored My Lady Jane, and it was like one of my top books of the year. And like at first, I had only given it like a 4 stars, but I kept thinking about that book like almost every day for like 2 weeks after I had finished it. So then I bumped it up to a 5-star rating because I just could not stop thinking about it. So yeah, this is definitely, I'm really excited to read this. And I was planning to like read Jane Eyre during the Tome Topple, which is happening right now, before I got to this, because I wanted to like understand and, you know, get all the stuff. I started reading Jane Eyre and I just could not do it. I was like, I cannot put myself through this. I literally just, I can't. So I didn't. So I just went to one of those like recap sites, and I just like read like basically what happens in Jane Eyre, and oh my fucking god, I am so glad I did not subject myself to it, because wow, it's literally a dumpster fire of shit that happens. Like it's just a dumpster fire, and I'm just like, what? And like it's like, I love April from Aprilius Maximus here on YouTube, and I like watch all her videos and everything, and that's like her favorite book of all time. She like loves Jane Eyre so much, and I'm just like, but why? Like that's cool and everything. I just don't get it. And like I said, I tried to read it. Like I got a little good chunk of the way in, and I just was like, I just don't get it. But yeah, hopefully I'll still get all the stuff in here. I'm sure I will. And I know that this will be really, really good. Because, you know, My Lady Jane was fucking fantastic. So I'm sure My Plain Jane is going to be just as great. So I'm excited to read that one. And yeah, and just like a freebie, I might read this sometime during the week. Like, don't hold me to it, but this is a book that I've had for a little bit, and I would really like to get to it. It's super short. It's got super huge font. Yeah, and I would just like to get to it if I can. But again, we'll see. I don't know if I will. But yeah, that's my TBR for the Biannual Bibliothon. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know if you're taking part in the readathon and what you're planning on reading, and like especially like let me know what you chose for the challenge, a book off someone else's TBR, because wow, my head really hurt trying to figure that out. And then I was like, wait, why don't I just go with the group book, because that's going to be on so many people's TBR, like, you know, duh. But anyway, yeah, just let me know, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.